mean, and then the cream rose to the top. It's not even like you can say Xander, jumped out the gate and dominated. He had a surge on that back nine that was so late that it probably caught everybody by surprise, to be honest. But I mean, if you look at the way Xander's been playing golf, prior to this event, you could kind of call him a contender or a long shot or even, but you had to put some odds on him because he was in the conversation to be able to win it
Yeah.
because he's finally knocked that off his rung of things to do. So he's already got one. So he knows how to do
Won
it.
the
Oh,
won
yeah.
the Scottish Open a couple of years ago.
Absolutely. Knows how to place in these conditions, can play, like we just described last week, can play out of all those tunnels, can play low, mid, high, and seems to be able to control just a little bit of a fall right now. So not only is he not just a draw bias player, can play a little fade off the tee if need be, can play the shot that needs to be presented. And you saw it, 13, 14, 14 in particular, you saw him on that par three, that deep far right flag. He just hit just that pretty ball to the right, and it landed hole hot, and he cashed another putt. I mean, the dude's putter got crazy hot. It wasn't like he was close. I mean, dude was just draining 15 to 20-foot putts.
Yeah.
So he really did what he was supposed to do. And just to conclude, really, Shane Lowry kind of broke my heart too. I really thought after those first two rounds, he was going to be able to talk his shit again. But the third round came and bit him like it did pretty much everybody else. He just couldn't hit the bounce back. He really tumbled hard. Went from 8 under at one point to finish back at 1 under. So going from
Yeah.
being three under par
Tough
to
holes.
over par, yeah, very tough, very tough.
And
So
I think with Xander, he made tough birdies, especially on the back half of today's round, where other people, you know, Justin Rose in particular, um, Tristan Lawrence, which every time I see his name, because it's THR, I think about
right.
Thriston. I'm like Thriston Lawrence. He's like
Well, he is
fancy,
South
but
African, so they be saying that.
I I I know it. I couldn't get that pronunciation out of my mind. So when they call him Tristan, it was messing with me.
Yeah,
But they were, struggling and with the conditions, it was a little bit windy today, and it died off the second half of the round. But Xander was making birdies when he needed to make birdies, and
yeah,
that little, I think it was a 4 hole stretch where he made 3 out of 4 birdies, starting on hole number 11th, which no one was scoring on. He was only the third birdie on that hole of the weekend.
yeah,
That's getting it. That's getting it done.
yeah.
And you put in that kind of score to finish when everybody else is kind of just limping into the finish line. Kudos to him for really knocking that out. So what this shows for Xander Schauffele is, once he got over that hump at the PGA Championship, we've seen a different golfer. I mean, he's been top, 2 wins and 2 top 10s in the majors this year, excuse me. So that's pretty damn good. And it seems like all those kind of trials and tribulations, us questioning whether he was elite, are out of the window at this point. Once
Yeah.
he's activated the cheat code and figured out how to win and not make the mistakes and kind of be aggressive where he, sees opportunities to go and win these championships. I think we've seen him unlock that this year. So kudos to him, even though he's not necessarily um, socially, like, you just still look at him in the press conferences. He's not your traditional star. I don't think he gives off that vibe that people just love, laid back California kid. um just different style of pro that we're used to. I think this was a really good major season. We're heading into the Olympics, and we'll see if Xander can continue the success and pull off another gold medal this year,
Yeah, for
given
sure.
that he's already won one and having the year that he's having, who the hell knows? He seems like he's on the cusp of some greatness. I think he's really rewritten his resume this year, and I'm happy for him because
Yeah.
no one wants to hear that you can't get the job done when the pressure's on. So his caddy, him and his caddy seem to be having a really good time out there, former teammates at San Diego State. So kudos to them for the teamwork and really doing it together. Um, you know, so kudos kudos to the champion golfer of the year, Xander Schauffele.
Listen, hey, I think regardless of if Xander gets medals in the Olympics or not, I think he's Soda Player of the Year with that second
For sure.
major. But it's going to be tough because Scotty's won 5 times, four of those being elevated events, and the Masters. I don't look. It's still going to be tough, and then we still got the playoffs to go. There's
True.
still some things that can happen. I think it's
Yeah.
between those two though. It's only those two. I mean, we're not going
Right.
to talk about Bryson
Right.
DeChambeau just because he won the U.S. Open. He's not even on this
No, he's
tour.
not. No, he's
Poor
not getting
guy.
reps that matter elsewhere. So
Yeah. Um, but
yeah,
yeah, the Olympics golf course is going to play tough. It's the course we played where we got drubbed on last time we was out there at the Ryder Cup 18. So hopefully we can do better this time, but at least we'll have a vision and know the course. Let's see. Were any of those players in? I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't know if any of those
what's that?
players actually played that in 2018. I don't know if any of those players were on that Ryder Cup to play that.
Before we get off, and I totally forgot about this, I want to shout out. You know, we did a what's in the bag after Xander Schauffele won the PGA Championship at Valhalla. So
Yeah.
that's linked in the description of this particular video. Go check that out if you haven't watched it or if you're new to joining us. Also, I have the slide deck because it was just sitting in my back here. I'll pull it up. There have been no changes to his bag. Golf WRX reposted his what's in the bag, and there were no changes because he was already rocking some versatile clubs. So I'm just gonna pull this up. I'm gonna go through the slides super quick. We're not gonna do our usual commentary because again, link in the description below for the what's in the bag with details. But Callaway Staffer, 10.5 degree driver, 3 wood, the AI smoke versions of things, old Apex hybrid that he has in the bag, rocking the MP 20. So this was still in the bag, definitely fitting for a link style course with
Hmm.
Mizuno. Didn't need to make any changes with that, already ready to go. And no changes to his irons or wedges for this week. And this was
Yeah.
the putter that we were talking about, that Toulon, that honestly earned him all the money this week. This was
Thousand
the
percent.
money making club for him. So um
Make
yeah,
more
Chrome
putts.
Tour. Yep. And they were talking about Sam Burns. I think he plays the Chrome Soft or something like that. So that's the what's in the bag for Xander. Just kind of going through that. We did it earlier this year, again after the PGA Championship. Check it out. You get a lot of stuff out of this channel, y'all. A little business knowledge, a little technical golf knowledge, a little BS in here and there. You're in a well-rounded environment. So uh,
Absolutely.
hit that subscribe button, hit that membership button. We got you covered on all things golf.